Well, guys, we need to talk about a subject that is absolutely embarrassing here for this country and the White House. Now, Joe Biden himself is already an embarrassment. Joe Biden doesn't know where he is half the time. Other world leaders don't respect him. I believe a lot of the problems that are actually going on right now in Europe have a lot to do with Joe Biden, especially when it comes to the whole Ukraine-Russia thing. We keep sending billions of dollars in cash and in supplies over there to Ukraine. Yeah, Joe Biden is a disaster. But we need to talk about something that actually happened at the White House on Sunday, guys. And boy, if the media was truly, truly honest, man, they would just barrage the White House with a whole bunch of questions, ask Karine Jean-Pierre questions about this, and also Joe Biden himself, guys, because check this out. This is embarrassing right here. Look at this. White powder found at White House identified as cocaine. According to the Washington Post, yes, cocaine was found at the White House, guys. And we know that Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, the man has an addiction problem. I mean, he is a complete mess. But for some reason, guys, the mainstream media, they treat Hunter Biden with kid gloves, okay? And when it comes to like Donald Trump Jr., they just crush him all the time. Hunter Biden is a mess. Now, I'm not saying that this line was necessarily Hunter Biden's. We don't really know. Don't know who it actually belonged to. But it was at the White House. Joe Biden wasn't there. I'm not sure if Hunter Biden was there at the same time, but how long was it actually there? I don't know. But when it comes to the White House, guys, there is security at the White House. How was this actually allowed to even get into the White House is my question. Now, guys, I've never been to the White House, but I've actually been around President Bush. Back in 2003, George W. Bush was actually at Naval Station Mayport giving a speech talking about the war on terror, and I was actually in the crowd. I was in the Navy at the time. But before I actually went in there to actually hear him speak, everybody had to pass through security. Everybody. Now, granted, that's a military base. Highly unlikely you would actually find an illegal substance there, but still, security needs to be tight. Apparently, there was a lack of security at the White House, guys. I mean, this is embarrassing here for Joe Biden, for this country. But we do know, I believe it was Madison Hawthorne that actually came out and said that the things that happen in Washington, D.C., they're not all buttoned up. They like to do some very, very strange things, like do lines and orgies and all this other stuff. Weird. So I'm not putting this on Hunter Biden, but we know that Hunter Biden definitely has some issues. And he was just with Joe Biden, last week? Yeah, I got questions. That's all I'm saying here, guys. But let's go ahead and read some of this here. A white powder found inside the White House late on Sunday, which led to the temporary closure of part of the presidential complex, was identified by Washington Fire Department as cocaine. The Washington Post reported. The Secret Service confirmed to Reuters that an, quote, unknown item had been found that led to part of the White House being closed, but referred other questions to the fire department, which declined to comment. Quote, on Sunday evening, the White House complex went into a precautionary closure as officers from the Secret Service Uniform Division investigated an unknown item found inside a work area, a Secret Service spokesperson said in an email statement. Now, guys, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bunch of drug tests for people after they actually confirm that this was actually cocaine. Now, when I was in the military, man, we always had random drug tests. Now, I don't know how that actually works for the White House, but I'm suspecting, guys, that they're going to be going through everybody, because I'm pretty sure they keep a record of who actually goes into the White House. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be some drug tests, cameras. I'm pretty sure there's cameras at places, but I guess, where they actually found this probably didn't have any cameras. The item was discovered in the West Wing, the spokesman said. The West Wing is an area attached to the executive mansion where the president lives and includes the Oval Office, cabinet room, and press area, along with offices and workspace for the president's advisors and staff. Very, very close to where Beijing Biden would actually be working at. Now, guys, I'm really curious now. Beijing Biden was not in the White House at the time. Hundreds of people work in or come through the West Wing of the White House regularly. Quote, the D.C. Fire Department was called to evaluate and quickly determine the item to be non-hazardous. I guess unless you're using it, The Secret Service added. There was, quote, an investigation into the cause and manner of how the substance entered the White House, the spokesperson said. The Washington Post reported a firefighter with the D.C. Department's Hazardous Materials team radio the results of the test of the item, citing an online database of emergency responder communications. The radio dispatch said, quote, we have a yellow bar saying cocaine hydrochloride. I guess that's the official name for cocaine. Didn't know that. Two officials familiar with the matter confirmed to the Washington Post that the substance found at the White House was cocaine. Man, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, guys. And right here in the comments section, the name Hunter Biden started coming up here. It started coming up. Look here. It says Hunter bought it in for the big guy to keep him going on those long days. Man. Hunter was visiting the big guy 10% again. I mean, poor Hunter. I can't imagine enduring being with his father the whole time without his pick-me-up. Man, the American people know about Hunter Biden. Not saying that this actually did belong to Hunter Biden, but this is a terrible, terrible look for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's poll numbers not good. His approval rating is in the trash. And now you actually have an illegal drug found in the White House. Boy, this is not good. This is a terrible look, man. This is absolutely embarrassing. If Trump was in the White House and this actually happened, boy, imagine the media would just be crushing Trump. Now, I can't recall a time when any president was actually found with illegal drugs in the White House. I could be wrong, but I don't recall that. Not in my lifetime. But this administration here is a complete and utter disaster. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.